because of the disconnect from the depths of ourselves, the true self, our higher self, that which knows the work that we've been doing over all these lifetimes. Insecurity with one's progress, with one's capacity of work and frequency or what have you. The mind identity plays a lot of games when it comes to weighing in on ourselves and attempting to classify ourselves. It wants to see what's our numbers look like, the capacity of healing, how much work we've done, and in order to, we feel this because there's a void in us accepting the grand nature of how powerful we are as souls, the work that we've truly done. The mind identity would love to have our stats and see how many lifetimes of healing that we've done. Yeah, no doubt it wants a progress report. It does. In order to, once again, it has everything to do with our confidence, but this is the realm of disconnect from that data. We got to start from scratch each and every time that we're born consciously. As far as when it comes to memory. And because of that, a lot of us are engaged constantly. The hustle, grind. We want to work. We want to show or prove ourselves to ourselves that we deserve that which we intend to receive. That's the thing. Some of us find it hard to receive or feel like we deserve what we desire. Feeling as if we need to prove ourselves to ourselves. And because of that, there's this willingness to continue to work, to continue to grind, to continue to hustle. Our ambition needs to be clothed in rigorous activity and energy. That's when we're talking about a mentality. This is a mentality that's more masculine in focus. However, it can be out of balance, still immature in a way. Here's what we're going towards, if you can already sense it. Without letting yourself take a break, it's impossible to move forward. Realizing that we play, and I'll use that word loosely, in these energies, masculine and feminine energy, within ourselves and our activity, our action, the things that we do, the lifetime that we have. Of course, we move through the cycles of energy and horoscope and the cosmos, but there's also these internal cycles going on. And there's a side of us that's masculine and a side of us that's feminine as souls. And of course, there's time for action, but there's also time for rest. The ego don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear time for rest. Like, no, I'm hustling, I'm grinding. No, I'm trying to get it. It's like, whoa. Those are universal laws. Now, as you mature, you have the ability to acknowledge those spheres of energy. Like proactively, it's necessary to be balanced and mature enough to acknowledge, yes, there's time to grind, bro, but there's also time to chill. It's also time to rest. That is as vital as the time that we have to grind. Our rest time is essential. It's probably the most sensitive and essential aspects of our cycle, because in this rest time is the time in which we receive the energies, the know-how, the awareness, the sophistication in which to execute our next mission. We receive our marching orders when we're in this feminine cycle, the time of rest. vital. But we recognize that the more we mature. There's time for self-love, absolutely. Gestation between cycles. Doing nothing, it has to be honored. It has to be honored. If you intend to run this marathon, your rest time has to be honored. There's not always something to do or an appropriate action to take. We're used to doing something, we get addicted to taking action. Addicted. And once again, this action taking, this is a masculine energy. And when we're taking action, we feel like we're in control, which is also soothing. Yeah, no doubt. It's also soothing. It brings a sense of confidence and groundedness in our being when we feel as if our taking action also means that we're in control. We don't want to let go of the wheel. We don't want to let go or put down our work tools, because then we feel like we ain't doing nothing, or we haven't earned our keep, or we hustling backwards, like we're not on our job. But once again, it's necessary to acknowledge the extent of this process. It's beyond the bounds of logical analysis. It requires both cycles to do the great work. It requires these cycles to be honored to do the great work. This is a marathon. It's not a race. You can't just power through this thing. No, I'm strong. I can get like, nah, bro. It's a marathon. You gotta pace yourself. You gotta pace yourself. You don't burn yourself out attempting to be hard. We in this for the long haul. We have to walk ourselves along with this species through this experience, and it requires us to take those steps. Each and every step must be addressed and taken purposefully, cultivated, purposefully done. There's no skipping steps. The long haul requires us to be truly grounded in this now moment. There's something for us to do now. No, you can't skip questions. You can't skip steps. No, right now is a thing. There's a vital piece to the puzzle that today is providing you. You can't skip that. You can't ignore that and ask questions about tomorrow or the next day or the details of what's going to take place tomorrow and when it's going to take place and all this other stuff. No, you're stalling. There's work to do today. Purposely cultivated, absolutely. There's work to do today. If you're going to be of any assistance to Earth humanity, to yourselves, it would behoove you to pay attention to what's being presented to you today. What's on your plate? And let's not lose the point. Chilling is something you have to do. Taking a break, relaxing is something that you have to do. because you came here to complete the mission. But no, I came here for a purpose. I have my marching orders, but when it's time to chill, I have to chill. Because I do this every day. No, I'm going to take a break right now because I do this every day. This is a lifestyle choice for me. The program of action is created an imbalance. Of course, we've been in this, the patriarchal for a long time. And these programs exist. It's just as we evolve, as we mature, we're recognizing both ends of the spectrum. Now, a lot of that comes from the patriarchal feel of the hell planes to rule with the iron fist. No, work, work, work. Don't sit down. Work. That's the thing. That's how slavery is maintained, is it not? That's how slavery is operated, is it not? Don't stop. Like, these are programs that we've accumulated in being here. It's just also our responsibility. It's also our responsibility to work with these catalysts, to work through the reverse engineering of these catalysts. No, this isn't happenstance. It was something that we set up for ourselves. It was supposed to be like that. Once again, these catalysts of experience were always supposed to be like that, or for us, like that. Because it's shaping us. Our catalysts shape us as well. It's giving us that which we need to self-realize more. We don't get taught how to receive. No, we don't. We don't get taught how to receive. That's a thing. That's important for us to realize. No, we don't get taught how to receive, so it's necessary for us intellectually to acknowledge some of the principles in receiving. The principles of being able to recharge. How to properly recharge, how to properly chill. To fully relax. To pamper ourselves, to go to the spa and allow scrub salt on your skin. When we take hot baths and things of this nature, once again, this is like, oh, this is for girls. And it's like, nah, son. When you work this hard every day, these things are necessary. This is human maintenance. The energetic turmoil, the emotional turmoil, no, this is basic human maintenance. Because when we do the work, we do big work. We do a lot of work, intensive work. Because we purposely, consciously exist on this plane of existence and we serve in a real way. No, full body experience. Ask any professional football player. No, they take them hot soaks in that water serious. Ask any professional athlete. No, it's a science when it comes to chilling for professional athletes. They got to go from ice cold water to hot showers, relax the muscles, people to give them massages and whatnot. Once again, high contact sports, heavy physical energy. Once again, we're dealing with all three on this level, emotional and energetic. Work being done on all levels. Of course, no, it's necessary for me to take care of myself because I'm in this for the long haul. I go hard every day, full contact, emotionally, energetically, and physically. No, I have to take care of myself if I'm going to do this kind of work. It's intense, so I don't break down. I got to stretch. I got to practice stillness. I got to monitor the food that I'm eating in order for me to, have the energy to do what I'm doing. I'm working with heavy energy. So no, it's necessary for me to invest this type of energy in myself. They don't teach you how to heal. They don't teach you how to rest here on the hell planes. Of course they don't. There's a time to act and a time to receive. Let's also get this thing clear as well. We receive our marching orders when we're in this space of receiving. And when I say marching orders, I mean the intelligence in which to execute what's next. Once again, I'll keep going towards the football analogy. No, you have to come to the huddle so the coach can tell you the play, so you can execute efficiently, fully, so the play works. If you're on defense, no, you got to come to the huddle and I give you the play. Relax, catch your breath. Let's take a timeout. Breathe. Here's the play. Here's what's next. But you have to breathe. You have to connect with your team. Let's put our heads together. If it's necessary for me to move on about to execute, I'm doing my work for today. No, of course I need to huddle up with my angelic team. Let's put our heads together. Y'all communicate with me about what's next. What's this mission that we're carrying out? All this energy that's going to be expressed today. We got to put our heads together. Let's breathe. We did a lot yesterday. Okay, cool. What's the play? And when it's time to break the huddle, when it's time to end the meditation, I've received the play. I know what I need to do. I've reversed it in my heart already. This play, I can execute efficiently. When it's time to go, when it's time to materialize, when it's time to jump into action. But no, I have to receive the play so I know what we're doing. I gotta catch my breath. I can't just aimlessly or aggressively execute each and every day. We're getting more sophisticated. Work smarter, not harder. Less energy, more results. That's what this maturing masculine energy is all about. Less energy, more results. If there's an efficient plan, if there's an efficient motion, a direction towards our goals or what we intend to do today, nah, I want to do it swift and fast. Like, no, I know that play. I don't need to lollygag and play around. Like, no, I'm going to get into this and get right to it. Because I've taken the time to assess with the team. We just sat down at the table and had our conference during my meditation. So, of course, when it's time to go and they say break and I'm out of meditation, they say, all right, break, let's go. And nah, we lined up, we ready, we executing. Fast, real fast and efficient. From a place of emotional and spiritual maturity. No, real fast and efficient. It's getting done. Because I respect receiving much as I respect giving.